Hi everyone, I'm Richard Kerr. This is Never Been Told. It is about a show that tells stories behind builders, creators, and risk takers from Southeast Asia. So today I'm joined by Stephen Yeong, the founder of Motoren. If you love cars or businesses or just real stories about pushing through challenges, I think this is for you. So welcome to the show, Stephen.
Hi.
So Stephen, a lot of people who own German cars would probably know you, but how would you actually introduce yourself to people or to your audiences?
Okay, so how do I introduce myself to people is like normally the car brand that I have own now is to repair German's car only. If let's say by branding, if let's say for Volkswagen Audi branding is by VAG Motoren, then for BMW car is Bavarian Motoren, then the short form is like BMW car, like that. Then for Mercedes-Benz is Motoren Benz. So for each branding has own team.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask a bit, step back a little bit. Why the word Motoren?
Why the word Motoren? Because the Motoren actually in Germans, in Germans the language is to convert back to English is called engine.
Engine, okay.
Yeah.
And why do you think Motoren is a good word that's suitable for your company?
For Motoren wise, actually, because the car I repair mainly are German's car. So because in one day actually how I pick off is I watch the YouTube and then the word Motoren come out. It's a German, I think it's a German YouTube car show like that.
Okay.
Then suddenly this part of the idea for me for the word Motoren.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we talk about the business that you run today, maybe we want to understand a little bit about your stories and what made Stephen Yeong today to who you are today, right? So, for example, maybe you share a bit about your stories about your humble beginnings. Maybe, I believe you told me before that you're actually from Kelantan, and how did you actually start the whole thing, and what was your background?
Actually, my background, I come from just a normal family. But then by then, actually, how I step into the automotive industry is actually by after SPM, I follow my friend go to study automotive repairing.
Okay. But before that, I think you mentioned this was not even actually intentional, right? Maybe we step back a little bit more. Like what did you do before in your life as a kid?
Yeah, before actually as a kid, I think I since 7 years old, I start to learn cook from my mother.
Okay.
So by then, after SPM time, during this period, right, actually I do help my house to cook little bit. But then during my secondary school, is like actually I ponteng quite a lot. Ponteng quite a lot, and then actually my result is not very good. Okay. Because as my classmate know, during the school, the class started time, right? Actually, by that time, normally I will be end up is at the McDonald's cafe there to have some coffee and hash brown, this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So then this one that caused my result is not very good in the SPM result. So actually, after SPM, I wanted to go for pilot.
I see.
Yeah. But then
is that always what you wanted as a kid? You want to be a pilot?
Because as pilot, because what I want is I can travel the world, so I can see and look after.
I see.
See.
Okay.
And then during that time, if let's say my result is not very good, I am able to get a scholarship.
Right.
Second is if let's say I go to private college or private to study pilot course, the cost will quite a burden. And then it's
to
like impossible to me.
Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, I wanted to be, why not I become a chef? I wanted to become a chef. And then because due to that time, I'm a bit introvert myself. So I didn't go and study culinary art because my friends all didn't go for this course.
Okay.
A lot of them go for IT, account, ACCA, multimedia.
Yep.
Then one of my best friend intro me that he's going for the automotive repairing cost.
Mm-hmm.
But then this is, and then by that time is because like what I said, I'm a bit introvert.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, automotive repairing. Then end up I go back to my house there and then I ask my father.
Mm-hmm.
Then my father also agree because automotive repairing is a skill.
Right.
It's a
right.
technical skill.
Mm-hmm.
So end up my father also agree. Then end up I study automotive repairing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then during the automotive repairing time, during I study the course time,
Yeah.
when I going for internship, right?
Yeah.
Actually, by then I wanted to become a car salesman or to sell the house, like or the so-called property agent.
Property
Yeah,
agent.
because by 2010, by that time, as what we know,
Yeah.
those like car salesman and property agent, they earn quite a lot,
Okay.
Then especially I'm coming from Kelantan and then my family is like just a normal family. It's not those like very rich type. And then the motive I come to KL because to simple say is to earn more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by that time the property agent and then the car salesman quite attracting to me. Yeah.
At that point in time.
Yeah.
You said you came from a working class family, and I remember you mentioned about your parents. Your father used to sell school uniforms.
Yes, correct.
Can you tell me about what did your parents do back then?
Actually, my father mainly he drives a van around the Kelantan, and then he distribute those school uniform to those like Pasar Malam or Pasar Pagi store.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. Then my mom sell tudung, tudung or the kain semayang.
I see.
So actually by secondary school or primary school, actually I do help my mom to cut the tudung, the cloth also.
Did she have to do the sewing as well?
Last time, my mom sew by herself, but slowly started to, because if they say one people by my mom alone, unable to cope with so many jobs.
I see.
So end up distribute those to other people to sew.
Okay. Did you help your father as well?
Father, no, to be honestly.
I see. Okay. Interesting beginnings, how you started off.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we want to understand a bit more on your business side, like how did everything start? Of course, you briefly mentioned that you went to study automotive, but what actually sparked you to wanted to start your workshop?
Okay, actually, I think as a mechanic, for everyone, for whoever they are mechanic, I think their so-called their dream is to open own workshop. So actually, by right, if let's say back to the what I said just now, by 2010, because by that time property agent and the car salesman quite attracting to me, right? But then end up I still work as a mechanic after my internship.
Okay.
One of the reason is because during that time, right? I go and challenge. I go and take on those challenges, those like problematic car unable to solve. Then I go and diagnose myself, because this kind of car normal mechanic, they just want a easy job.
I see.
And then I take up the challenges, then I go and solve this kind of car. Then end up the customer saying thank you to me, gratitude to me. Then this is what actually keep me moving or stay in the automotive industry.
Yeah. Why did you pick German cars instead of Japanese cars? Or?
Because actually my background is I started as a Volkswagen mechanic.
Okay.
Then slowly there, almost 5 years plus, I work at the service center, the Volkswagen service center. And then because I think this is what, because me myself also a bit, I like those kind of German car with the power and handling. Of course, the Volkswagen looks like a normal car. Actually, the power and handling is, because what I call Volkswagen is a German's Proton.
Oh, really? Okay.
But then
German's Proton.
For German's Proton, the power and handling is quite a good Proton to me.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how it actually started. But I think what you mentioned, right? A lot of mechanics today, they have the dream of opening on their own workshop.
Yeah.
So how would you turn this dream into a reality? I think a lot of people, mechanics today, they probably want to achieve the same thing. Yeah. How did you change to make that shift?
Actually, during 2017,
Yeah.
actually I know my partner since 2010 because my current partner is because during 2010, my friend drive a car Subaru to his workshop.
Subaru.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then by then 2010 is my college time. So by then when I reach the workshop, the whole workshop is very neat and tidy. It's
I
very
see.
clean.
Yep.
And it's very professional to me. Then by 2015, I don't know how my partner can get my number because he asked me about those technical skill in Volkswagen repairing, this and that. And then slowly we get to know each other better. Then until 2017, that time because I wanted to open workshop. Just that I have one big problem, which is my money not enough to start the business. Yeah, to kickstart.
Okay.
Yeah. Then since 2018, this is where I started the workshop with him.
I see. Okay. Then how was it like in the early days? Of course, like any business, was it messy or was it chaotic or was it exciting? Maybe give some perspectives to people who.
Of course, there's the up and down.
Yeah.
The good thing is, of course, finally I able to own up a car workshop.
Yeah. And where was the first branch?
It's at Cheras.
In Cheras.
Jaya.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cheras Jaya. Okay, continue.
And then after that, but then this is a good thing. Okay, but then the bad thing is because from a mechanic to own up a car workshop, actually it's not that easy. Because what I noticed is mainly mechanic only know how to repair the car, but not how to manage the workshop. And
Not
the
to
most
run
important
business.
is how to manage people.
Yes.
People, no matter it's suppliers, staff, or the customers.
Yeah. Interesting. Then how did you overcome that? Like for example, of course you don't get the management skills right away, but how did you learn from it?
Of course, I must thanks to my partner because actually during these few years, he actually gave me a lot of hard time.
Oh really?
Actually give me a lot of hard time.
Example?
Because normally, if let's say I encounter such got some cases happens, and then he will ask me to go and face it up, this kind of problem, and then go and solve the problem by myself. Not by he helping me to solve.
I see.
But he asked me to face it up myself. And then after that, I get into, then I maybe, after that we will so-called analyze back actually what happened that caused this kind of problem. So actually from experiences, then slowly, then we slowly adjust every year or after every problem, then we slowly adjust then until this is what built until the current system.
Okay. So I can say that it's really about constantly figuring out step by step along the way, right? It's you're never gonna have one, I would say, a blueprint or a complete guideline to say, hey, you must do this step 1, 2, 3. Because I feel that's what normally they do when they teach businesses or when you go for business school.
But then of course during that time I also been to some business course.
Okay.
But then the problem is business course, they teach all what those blueprint system. But then problem is in reality, actually this is how we plan. Actually the plan doesn't go according to our plan. This is
I agree.
As my business is mainly depends on human.
Yes.
Human is a big factor. Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna explain a bit more, like what is the human aspect in your business? I think that would be probably mostly would be the mechanics lah. Maybe you want to explain a bit more?
SA and a lot more.
Okay, maybe you want to share a bit more about.
If let's say for mechanics, right? If let's say example today I have 5 mechanics, I cannot expect them to be
at the same level.
No,
is it?
I cannot expect them to have the same mindset with me.
Okay.
This is the first.
Yeah.
If let's say our mindset is different, maybe their attendance won't be that good, or how they repair the car won't be that good. Because for them, it's like when they come here to work, they just want to make a living only.
Okay.
But for me, if let's say when back to repairing customer car, actually almost every time I think of the customer car as my own car. So as the
That's a good.
advice,
Yep.
or actually I depends on if let's say I treat this car as my own car, then how I will repair or fix according to if let's say it's my own car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where I think these messages or the mindset is very hard, difficult for me to pass down to the staff.
Correct.
And then especially maybe some of them, because we come from a different background.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the hardest thing to do is actually always related to the mindset, right? Because I think I always advocate this on my social media platforms as well. Mindset is the most difficult thing to advocate, actually, because if people don't have the right mindset, they can't go far in life, right? So that's why. So I guess maybe I want to talk a bit more on the challenges on building Motoren as a brand. What were your biggest challenges, and even right until today?
Okay, I would say maybe different stages have a different challenges.
Yes.
During the start time of the Motoren, but by that time actually I unable to capture which market I'm going. Actually by that time I don't split into like VAG Motoren, Bavarian Motoren or Motoren bands all under one roof.
Yes.
Then eventually some JDM car or the Range Rover I also repair.
Oh,
or
you
the
did
Volvo.
also? Okay.
Yeah. This is during that time, because during that time, as a business owner, of course we want our business to go well. So if let's say we want our business to go well, of course when we see there's the demand or the customer demand, no matter which car, normally we will also go and greedy. The so-called not good is greedy to take this kind of car and repair. But then the bad thing is, because if let's say I mix it up between the continental car of different brand, I have problem to how to pass down the skill to my new staff.
Understand?
Yeah, if let's say I only repair a certain brand of cars, then how I teach them, of course there's some formula for me to pass down to them. Yeah.
When did you feel that you already have the right technical skills that you feel, oh, I'm actually confident enough to pass this knowledge to somebody?
Actually for this I never, because one side of me is I cannot get everything ready or perfect for me to pass down.
Correct.
Just that actually this one how I pass down is because during the demand from the customer a lot, of course there's more cars coming into the workshop. And then by this time, of course, we need more mechanics or staff to go and process this kind of repair, right?
Yes.
And then eventually by that time, I need to hire new staff, and then I need to teach them. And then when I hire new staff, then of course I need to reset back, need to teach back this new staff from A until Z.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense also. Then, of course, I think in the line of business or whatever we do, especially businesses, it's always about solving problems, right?
Yeah.
Then how do you cope with, avoid getting burnout, for example?
Okay. Eventually, during these few years, actually, sometimes I get burnout also. But even until now, when I know, if let's say, example, myself getting burnt out, I will try, why not I go and exercise, or maybe I make a difference to somebody, like chit-chat with them, or maybe sometimes I will just voice it out what is my thinking, or what's the problem or challenges that I'm facing. Then if they say during this time, if they say I voice it out, maybe me myself will getting better. And then the second one is, of course, to sleep early.
Sleep early.
Sleep early
What
and eat well.
What time do you go to sleep?
Huh?
What time do you go to sleep?
Last time I used to sleep at maybe 12, 1 or 2. Now, eventually, it's by average 11 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
You aim to sleep even earlier, is it?
Yeah, sleep early. Because if I think after our sleep, right, the second day is a new day for me to reset myself to face the...
Yeah. What time do you wake up normally?
Sometimes during early of the startup time, I wake up as early as 4 something.
Wow.
Now, by average, is 6 something.
6 something. Okay, that's quite early. So maybe there's something that people normally don't see behind the scenes, especially in terms of the work that you do. Maybe you want to share some of the things that people don't normally see. Like for example, we just said you wake up early in the morning or you sleep early, or maybe in the lines of in this business, what are the things that you need to do that people don't normally see? Maybe in terms of hiring, in terms of getting people up to date with their knowledge of fixing the cars. I don't know.
Okay. Normally, let's say like, normally if let's say from the customer perspective, right?
Yeah.
They thought some customer they don't know what's the challenges we facing. Like example, like technical skill. Some customer they thought although we are specialists for this kind of car,
Yeah.
of course when they send it in, they will have a high expectation. So of course sometimes when we repair, of course, if let's say we repair the same branding or same car over and over, but eventually until some certain point, actually there's some advanced troubleshoot or the advanced issue that we face. Actually for this kind of issue, it's not that easy for us to solve also, but we need some time and patience and go and solve.
I see. Okay. But I guess you've been running these Motorens for how many years now? Since 2018?
Since 2018,
Yes.
actually since 2018 started as a different brand.
Yeah.
And then until 2022, 2023, by that time I'm rebranding as Motoren. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess throughout the years you have accumulated a lot of knowledge and skills, and of course I think I remember when I had some conversation with you, COVID hits, right? The pandemic. How did it actually change the way that you run your business today?
Actually, before COVID time, by that time actually I always chase figures. Figures maybe by number of cars repairing, the sales. Because during COVID time, because of me being too particular, that I don't see overall general direction. By that time, actually, I neglected my own staff feelings. Yeah.
The well-being lah.
Yeah, because I have a high expectation to them, but then for them they are just like normal employee or normal staff. Yeah, they don't have the mindset of the boss, and then to this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So by then, actually, after COVID, the very big challenges that I face is almost 40% of my staff left me.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So by that time, let's say 40% of staff left me. They left one by one. Actually, this staff, right? They are with me since 2018.
Okay.
So actually, those like skill or knowledge that I train and educate them actually need to take time.
Yes.
So by that time, it's like the whole thing getting reset. I need to hire new people.
Okay.
And then need to start from A until Z again. Yeah.
I think those are the most common challenges. One of the most common challenges for business owners, right? Hiring, right? How do you actually make your hiring right? Although it's not going to be easy, but what formula do you use, at least for your own industry, when you want to hire?
Actually, for the whole hiring process, for me, the most important is to hire the right person.
Yeah.
So normally, last time I thought if they say the people have the skill, have the experience, have the knowledge, maybe this is the right person.
Right.
But then until some certain of point that I noticed that during the hiring process or the interview process, the most important is to get to the people to know of our company culture and how we work.
Okay.
Of course, we want the people to be able to communicate with us and then to blend with us. If let's say I hire people with a good skill, good knowledge, a lot of experience, maybe this guy, let's say that guy unable to communicate with me or the other staff, this eventually will bring a problem to the company or to the customer itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, throughout whole the hiring process, the most important for me is to find the right candidate
Yeah.
that able to communicate with us.
So for you, the right candidate is having someone who is able to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that actually? And
Actually, during the hiring process, during the interview process,
Yeah.
normally I will, of course, because the interview process is a short period for us to know each other.
Yes.
If they say even the right candidate, I can even interview until 3 times.
Wow.
That means he come for first time interview,
Yeah.
second time interview, until third time interview. Some candidate even we can talk or communicate with
Yeah.
each other until
Yeah.
1 hour plus.
Wow.
So during this time, of course, he need to know what is our company culture and what we do.
Okay.
And then, of course, I also need to know what is his background.
Mm-hmm.
So from here, if they say we understand each other better, if they say we know what is your strength and what is your weakness, of course, I need to tell him what is my weakness also. What is the company weakness and strength. If they say he find this is suitable for him,
Yes.
then we also can communicate with each other. This is what I'm looking after.
Interesting. Even the previous episode, we also mentioned about hiring. I think hiring is always critical in a company, right?
Quite a headache.
Yeah.
So
of course, that in order for your company to grow, there are some things that you also need to let go, right? So what are the things that you felt that you have to let go to allow your company to grow?
Like what I said just now, if they say the candidate or the staff, maybe the staff have the very good skill, but then his mindset is, if let's say his mindset is not aligned with what company need, maybe I need to let it go for this staff.
How about you personally, not just the people around you? Maybe some of your habits that you feel that you have been building over the years that you have to let go. Anything related to that?
Actually, I think a lot of now generation, they focus more about like me time, this kind of stuff. For me, actually, my me time is to just focus at the company. Meantime, if they say I want to learn how to let go, it's actually by right until now, because now I have family, right?
Yes.
By right, I need to learn how to let it go, to spend some time with us, spend some quality time with my family.
Okay. So just have to basically find
to balance myself.
balance lah. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Okay. Interesting. And how do you feel that you have evolved throughout the years? Since Motoren started.
I think since Motoren started, actually by that time, I don't know what is my pathway, what is I'm heading to, and then it's like just now what I said. It's not German's car only. I also repair like JDM and some others Conti. I also repair. But throughout this year, I know what is my direction and what is the pathway I'm going to.
I think that's something that people always ask about. I think most people will find it difficult to find their path, right?
Yeah.
How would you advise somebody to find their path and find clarity in their path?
For this, I would say is first, we need to back to what is our passion. If let's say I'm doing this, if let's say my patient is doing this, like I said, I like German's car. So this is, of course, when going big, and then of course, we are chasing some figures and this and that. But back to the basic, what is our passion and what is keep motivate me myself to stay in the industry. Yeah. When I think of this, actually, eventually, I will keep aligned to what I want in the future.
Is there something that you used to believe initially, and then now you felt you no longer believe in it already right now? Something that you had sort of belief.
Yeah. Like I said just now, because I'm coming from Kelantan, right? Actually, I think a lot of people coming to KL just to make a living or find more money.
Yes.
What I would say is don't let the money we don't get obsessed with the money.
Yeah.
Because I think once we obsess with money, then maybe we will lose focus on what we want by or what we want by our own patient.
I see.
Yeah.
That's actually good advice. You want to tell more about that one for people who, just focusing on the money but not focusing on the impact, for example.
Because money, I think, is a good tools or good measuring tools, but then of course there is a limit. We need to know what is the limit to balance ourselves. Of course, I can say, of course, I like millions.
Yep.
But then this need to be practical. Is this amount is achievable, or don't just go and chase after like if they say I want more money, but what is the more money? What is the exact amount? So if they say we know certain amount, and then we just go and work after that direction.
I see. So now today you are running 5 workshops, if I'm not
Actually,
mistaken.
4.
4 workshops. 4 workshops. Then, so in that sense, is there something that people totally get wrong about running a business like Motoren? Is there a misconception that people think like, okay, running a workshop is like this? In fact, it's wrong.
No, people thought actually it's very easy to run a workshop.
Yeah.
Actually, we are, I think those industry that offer services like F&B, I think majority of, it's not that easy to maintain a car workshop, especially if they say now my staff is not using I'm still using the local staff. That means Malaysians. Yeah.
Basically, you're hiring 100% Malaysians.
Yeah. Don't have the foreign workers. Yeah.
Continue. And what else that people think? As you said, people think it's easy, which is actually hard.
Another thing is maybe about the pricing. A lot of people thought, a lot of people maybe thought the pricing I would say it's competitive pricing. So if let's say we don't get our pricing to be competitive, and then it's very hard for us to maintain at the industry or at the market.
Yeah, because primarily you deal with German cars, right?
Yeah.
And people always have the perception that owning German cars are expensive, right? I think, or having high costs, which is sometimes probably not true, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to share a bit.
Yeah. Actually, I think those owners who have done some research, maybe they will say for this model, what is the common issue, or what's the wear and tear, what's the maintenance cost. If they say for this kind of owners, right, they get ready to this certain of amount, or they done some homework. If they say I need to spend a certain amount for this year, if they say they are get ready to own this car, of course they need to have the mindset that they need to stand by this kind of money. But for those kind of owner that maybe they are being too cautious, so they are like, and then they don't do the homework. They don't know what is exactly what is the thing expensive. Because for some others, for me, the 10 ringgit rice, like example chicken rice, for me is good enough. But maybe to some others is considered expensive. Maybe to some others they are considered as cheap. So actually for the word expensive, of course need to know what's the measurement for everybody, because everybody measurement, income, all are different. They say they done the homework, they know exactly what's the amount. Then of course they will know is the amount comfortable to them or not.
Because at the end of the day, everything is about perception, right? People have perception of things. And of course, I always wanted to also know, Malaysians in general, when they buy cars, there's always talk about resale values, right? Which I feel, personally, I think when you buy a car, it's really about enjoying the car. And to me, the resale value is always secondary for me. So what do you think about this kind of thinking?
Because like what I said, like when we back to the maintain the car, right? Of course, we need to know the amount. If they say 1 year to maintain this car, example, 10,000 or 20,000, maybe to Richard, you are like, you are comfortable with the amount. If they say for the car depreciation amount, right, the
Yeah.
value, right, if they say they expect, maybe they done some calculation. If they say I buy this car brand new, it's like 250,000. If they say he can expect this car to be 100,000 after 5 years, if they say he's comfortable, if they say you're comfortable with this 150,000 losses, then of course you go for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been running businesses since the first time since 2018?
Yeah.
So roughly about 7 years now. What do you think is the most underrated skill, maybe in the automotive or in the business world?
Basically, it's the management skill, if they
Okay.
say in the automotive industry, because like what I said, a lot of mechanics know how to repair the car, but not how to manage the business.
Then how would you give advice to somebody, the mechanic, for example? Maybe there's one advice that you say, hey, this is extremely important for you to know. Maybe, of course, in general, it's just about management skill, but what is that specific skill in management?
I think maybe they need to be very persistent and consistent.
Okay.
If they say they are very consistent of what they want to achieve or what they want to do, eventually by that time they go through some experiences, they will learn through what they need to learn.
Okay. Stephen, maybe you want to share one habit or mindset that actually changed everything for you? Because we talked about mindset just now, right?
Yeah. Actually, for me, the meantime is, if let's say until I think everybody facing the same issue. If let's say, example, today I'm still 20 years old, of course, I have no commitment. When I have no commitment, of course, I dare to try this and that, right?
Yeah.
If let's say today I'm 34 years old, of course, I have business, I have families, I have cars, I have the house loan.
Yeah.
This is what the commitment to me. So if let's say there is some commitment or the so-called burden,
Yes.
maybe I don't dare to imagine something new to go and try it out.
Yeah.
So what I would say is I would, from time to time, I will just think of, if let's say today I'm still 20 years old, what I will imagine I wanted to achieve. So I can say it's the imagination part. Because until some certain level, maybe we scared to go and imagine what we want to become or what we want to achieve. Because to me, the imagination is like the preview of the future.
Yeah.
If they say today, Richard, you want to watch movie, of course you need to know is the movie good enough or not. Of course, you need to watch the trailer or the preview first, right?
You want to know whether it's worth investing the time to watch it.
Yes. Of course, if let's say I imagine myself, let's say in the future, I want to get something, I need to start to imagine or dream what I wanted to achieve.
Okay. Maybe a mistake that you have done before that gave you something priceless.
Okay. For the mistake that, like what I said just now, is during this time when I imagine, I want to dream, I want to achieve something. Maybe I don't care about my people's feeling. Yeah.
Okay. That at that point in time
Yeah.
So that was actually a huge lesson for you.
Yeah.
Huge lesson. That continues until today I guess.
Yes. Yeah. By eventually until some extent, actually I do write it out what is my mistake at the past, and then I keep it, and then maybe until 3 or 4 months by quarterly, maybe I will go and review one more time.
Okay.
What is the good thing that I done so far, and what is the not so working thing I done so far.
Okay.
So this is what keep me as a reminder to me.
I see. Where do you write it? Do you write it on a book or on your phone?
No. Actually, I save in the Google Drive.
Oh, Google Drive.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe if you were to sit down with a 20-year-old Stephen, what would you say to him?
I would say just chase after what he wanted to chase, and then no need to scare anything, then just go and chase after his dream.
Yeah. But most people, they said they're scared, right? So how would you tell Stephen, maybe he's scared, the 20-year-old Stephen is probably scared. How would you tell him, don't be scared?
Just think of what is his motive doing this, what is his passion, And then don't scared to be dream. Don't scared to go and imagine.
Don't scared. Okay.
Yeah.
Always try to imagine something.
Mm.
And of course, I think more importantly, people also want to learn. They've already heard some of your stories. Maybe what do you want others, especially new founders, to learn from your journey?
Most important is to know what is the business contributing to the society. Because if let's say our business is contributing a lot to the society,
Yeah.
of course there is the demands, and then this is what can keep the business moving.
That's simple.
Yeah.
That's simple.
As a simple, actually the business is to give solution to others. As long as your solution there is a value to others, of course, basically I would say, of course, can be keep moving.
Okay. Maybe this question is something that probably you have not shared with anyone before, but is there something that you still struggle even after running this business for 7 years? You still find it a struggle, and you're still trying to find a way to overcome this?
Actually, the main struggle point is how I pass down this mindset to my staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as I said, majority of them coming from different backgrounds, and then of course they are different mindset. And then because now it's not me directly, I go and serve the customer.
Yeah.
It's them serve the customer.
Yes.
So of course I need to tell them what is the thing, what is the reason we are doing this.
Okay. How do you tell them? Do you run a session with them, one-on-one session, or do you have a meeting with everybody?
Normally I will go by one by one for each person in charge or the head of the department.
Yeah.
So of course I believe I want the head of the department to pass down this mindset to their staff. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your one big goal today, at least at this point in time, for Motoren?
For Motoren, I think I would believe if let's say 1 year, if let's say every year I would able to open a new branch, that would be a happy thing to me.
Every year, one new branch. Yeah. Okay. So say, for example, the next 10 years, 10 branch, more than 10 basically, right? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Stephen, that was great sharing. I think there's a lot of things that we can learn, especially in the line of business, running a workshop, and becoming an entrepreneur from Kelantan. And I actually enjoyed the conversation, and thanks for being part of the show. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, or the audience, that was Stephen Yeong on Never Been Sold. So if you find this episode meaningful, please share it with someone you feel it's going to be useful for them, or tag them online, or even share this podcast with them. Again, this podcast is about real stories behind people who build great things. And your support will definitely be useful, and more people, of course, want to hear these kind of stories. So I'm Richard Kerr, and thanks for being part of the podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.